Welcome to Channel AMEC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Cao Yang, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested in migrating to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side so once about all the updates and news, you'll be the first one getting all the insight. Now, today's video, I would like to discuss a news that came out last week. We just had too many news. I think just before the general elections, there's just so many stuff coming out in regards to the international education and obviously indirectly affecting the immigration policy. Hopefully, we'll get a good policy in 2025 because 2024 was not really a good year, but we do have a Trump effect in 2025. So see how it goes. Now, today's video, I'd like to bring your attention in regards to the vet sector. Now, recall that a year and a half ago, the Minister of Education, Jason Clare, pointed out the idea about, everybody knows, the ghost colleges that actually boost all the government power and authority on checking or the private vet sector, and now there is a lot more information and a lot more problems, so that's why you clicked it in the thumbnail. I call it a civil war. Why do I say that? Because all the private colleges now are tipping off anyone else out there, and it's just massive warfare within the vet sector. Now, first of all, let's check out this news came out from last Wednesday. It talks about the fake qualification and financial fraud of the Australian shadowy private colleges sector. Now, you may want to do your little Google search. You will find these there's news out there, and they had a lot more detail there, briefly talking about what's actually been happening and who are the people have been, the student has been affected on this one. But again, the fact of those ghost colleges existed in Australia, it has been 1 or 2 decades, and now, well, I'm pretty keen on seeing how the government is clearing these kind of stuff up, because it does create a lot of problem, because previously a lot of dodgy players are using the migrants and enroll them as international students, but they're not genuine students because they don't really go and study. That's why it says fake qualifications. And what they do, they got the work, right? They got the work permit, so they start employment to anyone or whatever the sector that's out there. And there are, I believe, probably close to 1 million of these people out there in Australia. That's why I think it really is a time for Australia to actually clean this up. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk to you in regards to this function that's called out by the Australian Skills Quality Authority. Now, this authority, so-called ASQA, is the actual government authority to actually get all these private colleges registrations. So there were people talking about that. Well, why did the Australian government giving those private colleges, the dodgy players, the registration so they become ghost colleges? Now, the fact is that the regulation back then wasn't really checking on those kind of stuff, and there was not much of the monitoring procedures out there. However, since I think that's since from last year, there has been this web page. You may want to do a search on this one. Let me just magnify that a little bit, and you see this is the most updated information on the 12th of February 2025. It reads, ASQA continues to encourage tip-offs. Now, what does that mean? Tip-off means if you're in the sector and you see your competitor who you believe, or you probably have some evidence, for example, the student from that college came to your college and talking about what the bad thing has been done by that college is out there, your competitor, then you will be able to tip-offs. So there has been the civil, that's why I'm describing as a civil war. There has been a major thousands and thousands of tip-offs. Now, we have only seen the tip of iceberg. Last year, we have saw only a handful of these private colleges declaring bankruptcy or under administration. That means they are busted. Okay, that's only a handful. And let's have a look what's out there now. Let's have a read about this one. This is a bit crazy. All right, non-genuine provider that have bad faith operator, encourage illicit or unethical activity to damage the reputation of the sector, present a significant threat to the integrity of the vet. Well, that is pretty true. There's just so many. We know so many out there. They basically selling their qualification, in fact, just to get a migrant a student visa so they can continue to stay, but not really a genuine student. That is the fact out there. ASQA tip-off has provided a steady stream of high quality leads. Oh wow, I really love to see how those quality leads will actually develop into story, significantly boosting our ability to detect bad provider, that's the ghost colleges. Behavior protects student. It is important community understand information received tip-off is used. Since it launched, that was I think last year, we have received more than 3,000, look at this, 3,200 tip-offs, around 60% information leading to action intelligence. Now, I want to pause here. 3,200. Now, from my last information that I recall, they are for private colleges. They are only just about 4,000, just a little bit less, so 3,900 something, just a bit less than 4,000 registered private colleges nationwide in Australia. Now there are 3,200. What does that mean? That means that's about 80% plus of the private colleges. Actually, I'm not too sure if they are all the bad players, but 3,200, if they are all true, they are all gone. That's crazy. I don't know how many people is going to lose jobs and how that will actually affect the entire sector. Now, 3,260%, that's more than half with the actual information leading to actionable intelligence. ASQA continue to encourage tip-off. Our vet tip-off providers safe and confidence avenue and blah blah blah, go on and so forth. And this is just information. This is hilarious. It's just basically a Q&A. It says, well, what if my competitor is sending in a tip-off about me? Oh wow, what if you got tip-off? ASQA consider tip-off seriously, no matter the source. We have received tip-off complaints, report about providers since we have established. When we receive analysis of information provided together, intelligent, we make assessment, blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. And then another question: I have provided a tip-off. Would I receive information about being used? We value, consider, blah blah blah. So it's just general information, but here is the key. I mean, this is crazy. 3,200 private colleges has been to. I mean, it can be a duplicate, but it's just a massive number. Imagine, I won't say 80%, but if we drop it down to half, there's only about 4,000 private colleges nationwide in Australia. If half of them has problem with as a bad players and get their registration cancelled, can you imagine that? How many people's qualification will be cancelled? How that will actually affect the entire sector and how that will actually affect financially in Australia. Don't know. This is just crazy. It's a civil war out there, mate. Anyway, should you have more question query, more than welcome to leave comment right down below. And I'll see you next video. Goodbye.